hit the subscribe button if you want to receive more notifications of uploads. Also, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment. I love to hear from you. Hi, welcome to the Shirley Ryder Show. You're with Shirley Ryder, and today we have Jason McIver on the show.
How's it going? Spilling coffee on myself. Immediately. No, it's great. It's a beautiful moment. God, these are the things that interviews are made of. Long live Chester, long live his friends, long live the Chester, he tries again.
And it actually is a very good coffee.
Thank you.
And I have managed not to spill mine yet.
That's Croucher coffee.
At least it's not instant.
We do have a third person, Glenn's in the background over here, so he's going to pick up one of your CDs.
Yes. Now I've got a few lying around.
Yeah, so that's wicked. And of course we've just been travelling up the country, or down the country, and I've never been to this place before. You're in Kinloch.
Beautiful Kinloch.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty picturesque. Gets cranking in the summertime. I think it triples in population, up to over 1,000 people here. And this winter, I think it sits at around 300 or 400 people, give or take. So, at the moment, I'm more or less just doing covers gigs, income-based gigs, really. And I play guitar and do backup vocals in a 60s, 70s rock and roll band, which is a lot of fun as well. It's more of a social kind of jam.
And the other covers, is that just you?
Just me solo and guitar.
Yeah, oh, that'd be awesome.
No, that seems to be going quite well. I've been getting a lot of bookings around the Waikato area.
Oh, that's good, eh?
Yeah.
So rewinding it, how did musical start for you?
I think my first thing was performing to the family, doing like sing-alongs to Elvis and Do a Hairbrush, and then moving on to Michael Jackson, and I think I joined some school choirs, and the only nice thing I think I had in my school report card was that I had a beautiful, true singing voice.
Oh, and you have a lovely
So that was the only, the one nice thing you can sing. All right, that's great.
It's better than my school. I got told Shirley likes playing in the Wendy house.
Oh.
Which probably means Shirley's nuts.
Well, life takes all kinds, really. I mean, I failed music. I got told I couldn't play guitar by my music teacher. So okay.
So school's out of the way. What next?
School's out of the way. Well, I get kicked out of school when I was 15, and then do a performing arts course.
Right.
Which leads on to, and I was in a band at that point in Nelson. We were just, I got expelled before I could do the Rock Quest. So I took the band.
What did you get expelled for?
Cannabis. So, whatever. But so I got expelled, I couldn't enter the Rock Quest, it's a smoke-free competition, blah, blah, blah. So I joined the youth council and started Battle of the Bands for the Youth. And it was just across the board. If you're in a band under 20, you could enter it, kind of thing. And out of the 3 bands that entered, we came 3rd. It was great. But we ended up getting more gigs out of it, and we ended up playing gigs with Zed and King Capisi and other cool things. So it actually went all right. We were like really cheesy pop punk, 16-year-olds. But no, it was cool. And that led on to moving into Invercargill, which led to do School of Music. And then left the School of Music, joined a band in Queenstown, toured the lower South Island while I was 18, 19. Then moved back to Nelson to Wellington, where I did covers again, and joined a band called Daybreak, which was a hardcore / punk band. From Daybreak I was in an industrial metal band as well, playing bass. And that was all drum machines and synthesizers. Then moved from Wellington up to Auckland, joined a band called Codeine Like Candy, which had some local success. Then I performed with Plum Green's band, and she's touring Europe now. Then went from there to my band Heathen Eyes, which Heathen Eyes into Primacy, which was a couple of years ago. And we played around the North Island until I moved here, basically. And then from here we still doing the JMC, the Jason McIver Collective, which has done a couple of albums and a couple of singles.
Cool.
Then we had If He Dies, He Dies in Taupo, which we did a few gigs before that went haywire. And here I am taking a break from songwriting.
Actually, I was going to rewind a bit and talk about the School of Music that you went to down there.
Yep.
What sort of things did you study down there, and did it sort of help you a lot?
I studied drums in Invercargill.
Yeah.
And I left that. God, I've got to be so polite. Music school had just moved venues. It was underfunded. I just started the zero fees scheme, so it wasn't very good.
Oh.
But when I went to Auckland, I did Mains up there. I did 2 years at Mains, and that's where I formed Heathen Eyes, and we did that.
Oh right.
So I learned a lot at Mains. I
Yeah.
was 26, not 18. I'd kind of had 8 years of gigging 5 nights a week kind of thing under my belt. So in Invercargill, the only thing I cared about was girls. It's girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, girls. That was about it. 18 and girls. And playing music was
18
just
girls.
a second.
18 girls.
Oh, 18 years old and girls. And yeah. Yes, but it's been actually interesting. I got offered the chance to re-record all the songs from my band in Wellington, Daybreak, recently, and we were going to do that over the lockdown period, but I had health issues with one of my kids, and things kind of got in the way a little bit, and now I've kind of lost momentum. So if he's watching this, he'll probably be waiting anxiously for those files to be returned at some point.
If you had a little bit of advice to give someone starting out in music that doesn't know anything, what would you give them? Apart from not smoking dirt.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that.
What?
I without sounding totally cruel, I probably owe everything I am right now to that, seeing as it kicked me out of school, put me into music school, put me every
So if you were still back at
reaction,
school, where do you reckon you would end it up?
You might have a stable income, better mental health, things that I might have achieved.
I know.
But here we are in Kinloch, a musician for a living.
Yeah.
I would say that don't fool yourself with dreams of grandeur.
Absolutely. Okay, so tell us some more about Primacy. Is it Primacy or
Primacy? Well, we said Primacy. Other people said Primacy. Some said Premac 4 because of the symbol, the Y looked like a 4. But that was a cool band actually. That was an interesting jump from Heathen Eyes into Primacy. I think they just found out that they were another band at the time, and then they fired their singer, and I just lost that band, so it's kind of jumped ship really, and it was good. Like I already knew we'd played with them before at other gigs, so I knew they were a good cohesive band, and came in the bro Adrian, which always gets my props. Adrian is such an amazing riff writer.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I'm a real pedantic, so I'm not going to say I love everything everyone does.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there was gold in every song. So I walked in and was like, holy shit, I don't have to write guitar riffs. If this guy can do that, and I can just sing and totally concentrate on being a vocalist, which
awesome.
was a trip figuring out what to do with your hands after I was playing guitar.
Oh, yeah.
You start feeling like, can I do these things or getting up?
I had to do that. When I was in an all-girl band. Sorry, I can get to you in a minute. I was in an all-girl band, and I'd never been in an all-girl band before. Some of the time I was playing with on guitar, which was good, but some of the time I wasn't. Yeah. And I didn't know. I didn't know what, because I had to sing,
really
and I didn't
foreign.
know what I was doing with my hands. I was like,
do you have it in the stand? Start trying to shimmy around, trying to do it. That was such a big learning curve with learning how to be confident and doing nothing. There was the double-handed grasp. Let's see, what else?
I did this thing.
Oh, some reaching. That kind of thing sometimes. Like some posed thing. Because like that, and then you kind of get this thing going on, crouching forward. But yeah, I think it was a lot of watching videos on YouTube and going, what do they do? And then trying not to feel too like you have imposter syndrome, on stage, you know, trying to figure yourself out in front of people.
Is there a spiritual atmosphere to your writing?
I think there has been, but then coming to a realisation after the song was finished, and then honestly sitting down and bawling my fucking eyes out.
Oh.
You know, because
it's really coming down from somewhere down.
Yeah, it was that choked up like ball in your throat, and you know, it turned out I was writing about a friend of mine that had passed away, but I hadn't really processed that. Like in that way.
And isn't it amazing? You know, sometimes I know it's not about me, but sometimes I write a song and it's like you have to dig past all the dirt and all the grit to actually come out with a good song underneath it. Because there's always something good at the end of it, eh? Not always, but normally.
Sometimes I've had some shockers.
Ones
that. But no, I totally know what you mean. And it's also getting past that point of self-censorship as well, like worrying what someone might think if you say something.
Oh, you know what I do?
Writing
a book, writing a song, doesn't matter what it is, free, what do you call it, to write. I can write free reign to write. I'll just say anything. And then I'll come back and edit later.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think I did an exercise one time where I called it a free form of writing, where I just had a demo of the song, we've been jamming the music for it at band practice, and I had that playing in a circle, and I said I have two playthroughs of the song to write these lyrics. And whatever I've written down in two goes, those are the words that are sticking with the song. And that don't make a lot of sense if you're reading them like a story that's quite disjointed. But it was quite a cool exercise to force yourself into that creative space.
So what sort of topics do you find yourself writing about mostly?
I think definitely in the metal bands, in like Primacy and Heathen Eyes.
Yes.
Heaps of Heathen Eyes had some heartbreak issues and there's some emotional side to them as well. Some prettier songs, but Primacy was a lot of anti-organised religion. I knew some people in my life that were addicted to meth, and they were being really destructive to the people around them and whatnot, and to people's belongings. Just destructive people. So I was writing songs, a lot of, let's say, anti-songs, things I don't like. So it was a lot of anti-abuse, anti-hard drugs, and anti-organised religion, basically.
Basically that,
Be topical, I guess, and angry music needs an angry topic, and but it does become quite intense and overwhelming after a while to be focused on that kind of stuff, and it's nice to be able to switch off and wait to be triggered again, I guess. Trials mean nothing. Your smile hides nothing. The words that scream in your head have been left dead. It's true, I fall. He screams when I talk, with eyes of fiery lies. He'll make that sacrifice. The words that scream in your head, the devil left for dead. what I find. Lies, oh sweet lies, see them as they fly, like smoke drifts to the sky. Someday I'm gonna take them down. I'm gonna cast that stone aside. Someday I'm gonna take them down. I'm gonna cast that stone aside. Your songs mean nothing. Those words scream in your head. They will live for dead. Words scream in your head.
Do you want to tell us what that one was called and what it's about?
That one's called That Stone, and it's off my first EP, The Big Blue. I guess that one, it was quite a spiteful song actually.
Okay.
I just had my band split up,
Oh.
and so I was writing for an acoustic project now. I thought, well, if I can't do heavy rock, then I'm going to do my own thing. And it was, it was some spite towards the couple of ex-bandmates.
Okay.
You know.
As you do.
Yeah, hey, and you write your emotions and feelings into the music,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to keep it more real or something.
Yeah.
So, yep, no, I was pretty bitter at that stage. But now, if I'm playing it now, it's kind of more aimed inwardly. It's kind of funny how songs can take on a different meaning after a while. So now, when I look at like lyrics, the song, the words in your head, a better left for dead, and all that kind of stuff, it's more that the internal dialogue.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Cool. So you've got some, obviously, you've got some CDs and things.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? What are they? How many have you got, and what are they, and what sort of music's on them?
So what's on Spotify and everything? So with Primacy, we recorded in 2016, put out the Failure and Sacrifice EP. The next year we put a 3-track EP out. They've just released a new album for New Singer.
Yep.
But yeah, 2 EPs before this recent album from Primacy. Heathen Eyes only have stuff on YouTube and SoundCloud, and there's I think 4 or 5 singles with Heathen Eyes. If He Dies, He Dies, the Medusa singles on YouTube and Spotify and all that. MC, I did a EP in 2015, an album in 2016, and then this last year did 2 singles as well.
Cool.
My road is long, so many songs and people, they come and go. Like a wise man said, can't live on bread, you grow stale. Stories are growing old. Long live the jester, long live his friends. Long live the jester, he who tries again. Long live the jester, long live his friends. Long live the jester, he who tries again. Though the road is clear, they never let you steer the cogs. They churn it like a stone. The
hit the subscribe button if you want to receive more notifications of uploads. Also, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment. I love to hear from you.